two, one. God bless you all, and I love you all. Ayan, mga ka-Yes Lord, mga pag-usabi. Gabi sa mga lugar kayo, pagpalain pa tayo ng ating Diyos na buhay. Ayan, mga ka-Yes Lord, sa mga lugar kayo, pagpalain pa tayo ng ating Diyos na buhay. Ayan, pagpalain pa tayo ng ating Diyos na buhay.
Rocky! Diyan talaga sa gitna. At Ganyan. Happy, Rock. Happy.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Welcome to Gardo de Mucho channel. And I know there are not so much people watching, but in the future, hopefully, this will be seen by people. Today is my 8th day of reading the Bible. And this morning, no? So this one, as you see, and as you can see, oh my God, isa na lang at tapos na January. So I read today Genesis and Joshua. So today I'm gonna read to start with is Psalms 12, Psalms chapter 12 to 14. Maganda po ang Psalms kasi Psalms are promises, Psalms are prayers. So it's very inspiring and patient. So I'm just wearing my shoes, no? Kasi after this, pupunta ako sa aking kabilang bahay para mag-ayos ng mga partition. And kailangan maghanap ng funds to buy food for my dogs. So wala ng food si Joey at wala ng food si Rocky. Bawa naman si Joey, hindi naman kumain. So at the same time, I'm cooking some meat, lamb. Masabi ko sa sarili ko last week, I'm gonna start eating lamb. That someone sell me some longganisa ng vegan. And so konti na lang at we will start na. Yeah, actually don't try na. Now. Summer. Out. So, good morning, guys, and welcome to my Bible reading for today. And today we're gonna read Psalms 12 to 14. Then, tapos na ako sa January. Diba? So, we'll just read 3-day chapters because I read kaninang umaga dalawa. So, today 5. So, we'll try up to Matthew 11:13 para 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so sulat muna ha. Psalms chapter 12. Ayan, chapter 12 to 14. So, thanks be to God for today's wonderful day, and thanks for keeping life. And Lord, be with us, be with me as I read the Bible, hoping that it will struck my heart and the hearts of the people na makakita at makarinig nito in the future. Help, Lord, for the godly are no more. The faithful have vanished from among men. Everyone lies to his neighbor. Their flattering lips speak with deception. May the Lord cut off all prattling lips and every boastful tongue that says, We will triumph with our tongues. We own our lips. Who is our master? Because of the oppression of the weak and the groaning of the needy, I will now arise, says the Lord. I will protect them from those who malign them. And the words of the Lord are flawless, like silver refined in a furnace of clay, purified 7 times. O Lord, you will keep us safe and protect us from such people forever. The wicked freely strut about when what is vile is honored among men. How long, O Lord, will you forget me forever? How long will you hide your face from me? How long must I wrestle with my thoughts and every day have sorrow in my heart? How long will my enemy triumph over me? Look on me and answer me, O Lord my God. Give light to my eyes, or I will sleep in death. My enemy will say, I have overcome him, and my foes will rejoice when I fall. But I trust in your unfailing love. My heart rejoices in your salvation. I will sing to the Lord, for he has for he has been good to me. The fool says in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt. Their deeds are vile. There is no one who does good. The Lord looks down from heaven on the sons of men to see if there are any who understand, any who seek God. All have turned aside. They have together become corrupt. There is no one who does good, not even one. Will ever do will evildoers never learn? Those who devour my people as men eat bread, and who do not call on the Lord are there they are, overwhelmed with dread, for God is present in the company of the righteous. You evildoers frustrate the plans of the poor, but the Lord is their refuge. And that salvation for Israel would come out of Zion. When the Lord restores the fortunes of his people, let Jacob rejoice and Israel be glad. Yeah. Israel be glad. Then let's read Job 9 to 10. Then Job replied, Indeed, I know that this is true, but how can a mortal be righteous before God? Though one wished to dispute with him, he could not answer him 1 time out of 1,000. His wisdom is profound, his power is vast. Who has resisted him and come out unscathed? He moves mountains without their knowing it, and overturns them in his anger. He shakes the earth from its place and makes its pillar tremble. He speaks to the sun, and it does not shine. He seals off the light of the stars. He alone stretches out the heavens and treads on the waves of the sea. He is the maker of the Bear and the Orion, the Pleiades and constellation of the south. He performs wonders that cannot be fathomed, miracles that cannot be counted. When he passes me, I cannot see him. When he goes by, I cannot perceive him. If he snatches away, who can stop him? Who can say to him, What are you doing? God does not restrain his anger. Even the cohorts of Rahab cowered at his feet. How then can I dispute with him? How can I find words to argue with him? Though I were an innocent, I could not answer him. I could only plead with my judge for mercy, even if I summoned him and he responded. I do not believe he would give me a hearing. He would crush me with a storm and multiply my wounds for no reason. He would not let me regain my breath, but would overwhelm with me with misery. If it is a matter of strength, he is mighty. If it is a matter of justice, who will summon him? Even if I were innocent, my mouth would condemn me. If I were blameless, I would pronounce me guilty. Although I am blameless, I have no concern for myself. I despise my own life. It is all the same. That is why I say, He destroys both the blameless and the wicked. When a scourge brings sudden death, He mocks the despair of the innocent. When the land falls into the hands of the wicked, He blindfolds its judges. If it is not He, then who is it? My days are swifter than a runner. They fly away without a glimpse of joy. They skim past like boats of papyrus, like eagles swooping down on their prey. If I say I will forget my complaint, I will change my expression and smile. I still dread all my sufferings, for I know you will not hold me innocent, since I am already found guilty. Why should I struggle in vain? Even if I washed myself with soap and my hands with washing soda, you would plunge me into a slime pit, so that even my clothes would detest me. He is not a man like me that I might answer him, that we might confront each other in court. If only there were someone to arbitrate between us, to lay his hands upon us both, someone to remove God's rod from me, so that his terror would frighten me no more. Then I would speak up without fear of him, but as it now stands with me, I cannot. I loathe my very life, therefore I will give free rein to my complaint, and speak out in the bitterness of my soul. I will say to God, do not condemn me, but tell me what charges you have against me. Does it please you to impress me, to spurn the work of your hands, while you smile on the schemes of the wicked? Do you have eyes of flesh? Do you see as mortal sees? Are you are your days like those of a mortal, or your years like those of a man? That you must search out my faults and probe after my sin, though you know that I am not guilty and that no one can rescue me from your hand. Your hands shaped me and made me. Will you now turn and destroy me? Remember that you molded me like clay. Will you now turn me to dust again? Did you not pour me out like milk and curdle me like cheese? Clothe me with skin and flesh and knit me together with bones and sinews? You gave me life and showed me kindness, and in your providence watch over my spirit. But this is what your conceal but this is what you concealed in your heart, and I know what this was is in your mind. If I sinned, you would be watching me and would not let my offense go unpunished. If I am guilty, woe to me. Even if I am innocent, I cannot lift my head, for I am full of shame and drowned in my affliction. If I hold my head high, you stalk me like a lion and again display your awesome power against me. You bring new witness against me and increase your anger toward me. You forces come against me wave upon wave. Why then did you bring me out of the womb? I wish I had died before my eyes saw me. If only I had never come into being or had been carried straight from the womb to the grave. Are not my few days go to the place of no return, to the land of gloom and deep shadow, to the land of deepest night, of deep shadow and disorder, where even the light is like darkness. Amen. Isaiah chapter 23 to 28. Isaiah is Psalms for Jeremiah. The prophecies. An oracle concerning Tyre. Wail, O ships of Tarshish, for Tyre is destroyed and left without house of or harbor. In the land of Cyprus, word has come to them. Be silent, you people of the island, and your merchants of Sidon, whom the seafarers have enriched. On the great waters come the grain of the Shiro Hur. The harvest of the Nile was the revenue of Tyre, and she became the marketplace of the nations. Be ashamed, O Sidon, and you, O fortress of the sea, for the sea has spoken. I have neither been in labor nor given birth. I have neither reared sons nor brought up daughters. When word comes to Egypt, they will be in anguish at the report from Tyre. Cross over to Tarshish, wail, you people of the island. Is this your city of revelry, the old city, whose feet have taken her to settle in far off lands? Who planned this against Tyre, the bestower of crowns, whose merchants are princes, those traders are renowned in the earth. The Lord Almighty planned it, to bring low the pride of all glory, and to humble all who are renowned on the earth. Till your land as long the Nile, O daughter of Tarshish, for you no longer have a harbor. The Lord has stretched out his hand over the sea, and made its kingdom tremble. He has given an order concerning Phoenicia, that her fortress says be destroyed. He said, no more of your rebelling, O virgin daughter of Sidon, now crushed. Up cross over to Cyprus. Oh, even there you will find no rest. Look at the land of the Babylonians, this people that is now of no account. The Assyrians have made it a place for desert creatures. They raise up their siege to towers. They strip its fortresses bare and turn it into a ruin. Well, you ships of Tarshish, your fortress is destroyed. At the time, Tyre will be forgotten for 70 years, the span of a king's life. But at the end of these 70 years, it will happen to Tyre as in the song of the prostitute. Take up a harp, walk through the city, O prostitute forgotten. Play the harp well, sing many a song so that you will be remembered. At the end of 70 years, the Lord will deal with Tyre. She will return to her hire as a prostitute and will ply her trade with all the kingdoms on the face of the earth. Yet her profit and her earnings will be set apart for the Lord. They will not be stored up or hoarded. Her profits will go to those who live before the Lord for abundant food and fine clothes. See, the Lord is going to lay waste the earth and devastate it. He will ruin its face and scatter its inhabitants. It will be the same for priest as for people, for master as for servant, for mistress as for maid, for seller as for buyer, for borrower as for lender, for debtor as for creditor. The earth will completely laid waste and totally plundered. The Lord has spoken this word. The earth dries up and withers, the word loud languishes and withers, the exalted of the earth languish. The earth is defiled by its people. They have disobeyed the laws, violated the statutes, and broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore a curse consumes the earth. Its people must bear their guilt. Therefore earth's inhabitants are burnt up, and very few are left. The new wine dries up and the vine withers. All the merrymakers groan. The great tea of the tambourines is still. The noise of the revelers has stopped. The joyful harp is silent. No longer do they take wine with a song. The beer is bitter to its drinkers. The ruined city lies desolate. The entrance to every house is barred. In the streets they cry out for wine. All joy turns to gloom. All gaiety is banished from the earth. The city is left in ruins. Its gate is battered to pieces. So will it be on the earth and among the nations, as when an olive tree is beaten, or as when gleanings are left after the grape harvest. They raise their voices, they shout for joy. From the west they acclaim the Lord's majesty. Therefore in the east give glory to the Lord. Exalt the name of the Lord, the God of Israel, to the islands of the sea. From the ends of the earth we hear singing, glory to the righteous one. But I said, I waste away, woe to me. The treacherous betray, with treachery the treacherous betray. Terror and pit and snare await you, O people of the earth. Whoever flees at the sound of terror will fall into a pit. Whoever climbs out the pit will be caught in a snare. The floodgates of the heavens are open. The foundations of the earth shake. The earth is broken up. The earth splits asunder. The earth is thoroughly shaken. The earth reels like a drunkard. It sways like a hat in the wind. So heavy upon it is the guilt of its rebellion that it falls never to rise again. In that day the Lord will punish the powers in the heavens above and the kings on the earth below. They will be herded together like prisoners bound in a dungeon. They will be shut up in prison and be punished after many days. The moon will be abashed, the sun ashamed. For the Lord Almighty will reign on Mount Zion and in Jerusalem and before its elders gloriously. O Lord, you are my God. I will exalt you and praise your name. For in perfect faithfulness you have done marvelous things, things planned long ago. You have made the city of a heap of rubble, the fortified town a ruin, and foreigners' stronghold a city no more. It will be never be rebuilt. Therefore the strong people will honor you. Cities are of ruthless nations will revere you. You have been a refuge for the poor, a refuge for the needy in his distress, a shelter from the storm, and a shade from the heat. For the breath of the ruthless is like a storm driving again against a wall, and like the heat of the desert. You silence the uproar of foreigners, as heat is reduced by the shadow of a cloud. So the song of the rootless is still. On the mountains the Lord Almighty will prepare a feast of rich food for all peoples, a banquet of aged wine, the best of meats, and the finest of wines. On this mountain he will destroy the shroud that enfolds all peoples, the sheet that covers all nations. He will swallow up death forever. The sovereign Lord will wipe away the tears from all faces. He will remove the disgrace of his people from all the earth. The Lord has spoken. In that day they will say, surely this is our God, we trusted in him, and he saved us. This is the Lord, we trusted in him. Let us rejoice and be glad in his salvation. The hand of the Lord will rest on this mountain, but Moab will be trampled under him. Straw is trampled down in the manure. They will spread out their hands and eat. as a swimmer spreads out his hands to swim. God will bring down their pride despite the cleverness of their hands. He will bring down your high fortified walls and lay them low. He will bring them down to the ground, to the very dust. In that day, this song will be sung in the land of Judah. We have a strong city. God makes salvation its walls and ramparts. Open the gates, that the righteous nation may enter. The nations that keeps faith, you will keep in perfect peace with those mind steadfast because he trusts in you. Trust in the Lord forever, for the Lord is the rock of eternal. He humbles those who dwell on high. He lays the lofty city low. He levels it to the ground and casts it down to the dust. Feel trample it down, the feet of the oppressed, the footsteps of the poor. The path of the righteous is led. O upright one, you make the way of the righteous smooth. Yes, Lord, walking in the way of your laws, we wait for you. Your name and renown are the desire of our hearts. My soul yearns for you in the night. In the morning, my spirit longs for you. When your judgments come upon the earth, the people of the world learn righteousness. Wait, I will check my. Although Though grace is shown to the wicked, they do not learn righteousness. Even in the land of uprightness, they go in doing evil. They regard not the majesty of the Lord. O Lord, your hand is lifted high, but they do not see it. Let them see your seal for your people and be put to shame. Let the fire you serve for your enemies consume them. Lord, you establish peace for us. All that we have accomplished, you have done for us. O Lord our God, other lords besides you have ruled over us, but your name alone do we honor. They are now dead, they live no more. Those who parted the spirits do not rise. You punished them and brought them to ruin. You wipe out all memory of them. You have enlarged the nation, O Lord. You have enlarged the nations. You have gained glory for yourself. You have all the borders of the land. Lord, they came to you in their distress. When you disciplined them, they could barely whisper a prayer. As a woman with child and about to give birth, writes and cries out in her pain. So were we in your presence, O Lord. We were with child, we writhed in pain, but we gave birth to wind. We have not brought salvation to the earth. We have not given birth to people of the world. But your dead will live, their bodies will rise. You who dwell in the dust may wake up and shout for joy. Your dew is like the dew of the morning. The earth will give birth to her dead. Go, my people, enter your rooms and shut the doors behind you. Hide yourselves for a little while until his wrath has passed by. See, the Lord is coming out of his dwelling to punish the people of the earth for their sins. The earth will disclose the blood shed upon her. She will conceal her slain no longer. In that day, the Lord will punish with his sword, his fierce, great, and powerful sword. Leviathan, the gliding serpent, Leviathan, the coiling serpent. He will stay the monster of the sea. In that day, sing about a fruitful vineyard. I, the Lord, watch over it. I water it continually. I guard it day and night, so that no one may harm it. I am not angry. If only there were briars and thorns confronting me, I would march against them in battle. I would set them all on fire. Or else let them come to me for refuge. Let them make peace with me. Yes, let them make peace with me. In days to come, Jacob will take root. Israel will bud and blossom and fill all the world with fruit. As the Lord struck her, as he struck down those who struck her. Has she been killed? As those were killed who killed her. By warper and exile you contend with her. With his fierce blast he drives her out. As on a day the east wind blows. By this then will Jacob's guilt be atoned for, and this will be the full footage of the removal of his sin, when he makes all the altar stones to be like chalk stones crushed to pieces. No Asherah poles or incense altars will be left standing. The fortified city stands desolate, an abandoned settlement forsaken like the desert. There the calves graze, there they lie down, they strip its branches bare. When its twigs are dry, they are broken off, and women come and make fires with them. For this is a people without understanding, so their Maker has no compassion on them, and their Creator shows them no favor. In that day the Lord will stretch from the flowing Euphrates to the Wadi of Egypt, and you, O Israelites, will be gathered up one by one. In that day a great trumpet will sound. Those who were perishing in Assyria and those who were exiled in Egypt will come and worship the Lord on the holy mountain in Jerusalem. Woe to that wreath, the pride of Ephraim's drunkards, to the fading flower his glorious beauty, set on the head of a fertile valley, to that city, the pride of those laid low by wine. See, the Lord has one who is powerful and strong, like a hailstorm and destructive wind, like a driving rain and a flooding downpour. He will throw it forcefully to the ground. The wreath, the pride of Ephraim's drunkards, will be trampled underfoot. That fading flower's glorious beauty. Sit on the head of fertile valley will be like a fig ripe before harvest. As soon as someone sees it and takes it in his hand, he swallows it. In that day the Lord Almighty will be glorious crown, a beautiful wreath for the remnant of his people. He will be a spirit of justice to him who sits in judgment, a source of strength to those who turn back the battle at the gate. And these also stagger from wine and reel from beer. Priests and prophets stagger from beer and are befuddled with wine. They reel from beer, they stagger when seeing visions, they stumble when rendering decisions. All the tables are covered with vomit, and there is not a spot without filth. Who is it he is trying to teach? To whom is he explaining his message? To children weaned from their milk, to those just taken from the breast? For it is do and do, do and do, rule and rule, rule and rule, a little here, a little there. Very well then, with foreign lips and strange tongues. God will speak to his people, to whom he said, this is the resting place, let the weary rest, and this is the place of repose, but they would not listen. So then, the word of the Lord to them will become, do and do, do and do, rule and rule, rule and rule, a little here, a little there, so that they will go and fall backward, being Jordan snared and captured. Therefore, hear the word of the Lord, you scoffers, who rule these people in Jerusalem. You boast, we have entered into a covenant with death. With the grave we have made an agreement. When an overwhelming scourge sweeps by, it cannot touch us, for we have made a lying our refuge, and falsehood our hiding place. So this is what the sovereign Lord says. See, I lay a stone in Zion, a tested stone, a precious cornerstone for sure foundations. The one who trusts will never be dismayed. I will make justice the measuring line and righteousness my plumb line. Hail will sweep away your refuge, the light, and water will overflow your hiding place. Your covenant with death will be annulled. Your agreement with the grave will not stand. When the overwhelming scourge sweeps by, you will be beaten down by it. As often as it comes, it will carry you away. Morning after morning, by day and by night, it will sweep through. The understanding of his message will bring sheer terror. The bed is too short to stretch out on, the blanket too narrow to wrap around you. The Lord will rise up as he did at Mount Perazim. He will rouse himself as in the valley of Gibeon to do his work, his strange work, and perform his task, his alien task. Now stop your mocking, or your chains will become heavier. The Lord Almighty has told me of the destruction decreed against the whole land. Listen and hear my voice. Pay attention and hear what I say. When a farmer plows for planting, does he plow continually? Does he keep on breaking up and harrowing the soil? When he has leveled the surface, does he not sow caraway and scatter cumin? Does he not plant wheat in its place, barley in its plot, and spelt in its peel? His God instructs him and teaches him the right way. Caraway is not threshed with a sledge, nor is a cart wheel ruled over cumin. Caraway is beaten out with a rod, and cumin with a stick. Grain must be ground to make bread, so one does not go on threshing it forever. Though he drives the wheels of his threshing cart over it, his horse do not grind it. All this also comes from the Lord Almighty, wonderful in concept and magnificent in wisdom. Praise be the Lord. So, nalungkot ako kasi dami na ayusin. But the Lord our God knows what we need, kaya just keep the faith. God is with us. We never abandon. Ang pangit yung ano nung ano ko. Parang may para. Nawalan ako ng pera. Bayan, saan yung pera ko? Yung mga nabasa ko kanina, no, yung sa may Joshua, still continue dun sa inheritance. Then after that, yung utos na me and my household will serve the Lord. Kasi sabi doon, we should obey the Lord. Kahit nandito sa isang reading, eh, sa kay Job, kahit na yung mga, pag nag-ano si God, pag nag-punish, kahit na yung mga mabubuti at nakasama, kasama, walang pili. Even sa reading kayo na sa Genesis, it's about yung kay Abraham, tapos kay Sarai, tapos naging Abraham, naging Sarah, kaanak si Sarah, si Hagay ba? Kay Abraham, naging si Ismael, tapos si Isaac, tapos yung Sodom and Gomorrah. So, doon sa Sodom and Gomorrah, hindi ko masyado na yung kwento, pero grabe pala si Abraham, yung siya yung pinakaano ni God. Parang communicate lang sila. Nag-uusap lang sila dalawa. Anyway, yun, today was, I don't know, I feel so, bigat. Bakit? Kasi siguro kailangan kong bayad ng materials kasi ngayon. Then, yun, sa visa din, kailangan ng karoon ng visa or maayos yung visa ko sa previous company. Inshallah, matatapos ko yun. Ay, sana person, matatapos. So, last ating babasahin is Matthew chapter 11 to 13. Okay? Pero ano muna ako, ha? Okay guys, siguro ganun lang muna kasi yung Matthew chapters 11 to 13, I'm gonna read it by myself. So for me to have a reflection as well. So thank you for this day and hoping that you guys also are doing your part, trying to do effort to serve the Lord and also pay this work. So thank you so much and God bless us all.